What is up, Beachbody champions? I am so excited to share with you today about seriously probably my favorite topic to talk about when it comes to coaching, and that is community, and specifically how Team Cup really has impacted my community as a coach, and why I would never, literally never, miss out on an opportunity to be part of Team Cup now that I have felt the power of it on our own team and how it has seriously grown our community like crazy. So, I want to start by telling you a little bit about myself and how Team Cup and the community has impacted my own business. And then I want to give you some really practical tips on how you can make sure that Team Cup is the best month ever, every single time you have one, and how you can seriously build your community through Team Cup. So, my name is Paige Farr, and I have been coaching for 3 years, which is absolutely insanity to me. And I actually was able to step away from my full-time teaching job to pursue coaching full-time about a year ago. So, I'm going on my second year of being a coach full-time, and it is the greatest joy. Like, I love what I get to do, and a humongous reason for that is because of this community. So, I want to tell you about 4 of my Team Beachbody Team Cup experiences. I've had more than that, but a few of them I did not capitalize on the opportunity to use Team Cup to build community and push my business forward. So, the first Team Cup experience I ever experienced was my first year as a coach, and I actually think it was just a group of 2 of us. But I can remember not having a clue what Team Cup was, but my coach, my mentor asked me to be on her team. And I was like, sure, whatever it takes. Like, yes, I want to do this with you. I was so excited because she chose me. That meant she believed in me and she believed in my capabilities to like win this competition with her, whatever it was. So, I want to tell you about this one because this one's a little bit different. I was so discouraged. This was November of my first month of coaching, and I can literally remember my fingers were sore because I had been reaching out to so many people, like so many people, sending out so many messages, sending out so many invites, so excited for Team Cup. And that month, I felt like I fell short. It was November of my first month of coaching, and I did the work, you guys. I seriously put in the work, but my Success Club numbers were not anywhere where I wanted them to be. I tell you this story because I chose to not give up at that point, and several months later, I hit some of my biggest Success Club numbers I've ever hit to date, and it's because of the work that I put in during Team Cup. Like, I have no doubts about it because a lot of the people I had conversations with and had been chatting with came from that month of working my butt off as or through Team Cup, like sending out invites and connecting with people. So the first thing I want you to really know is that Team Cup can set you up for success, but don't get discouraged if this is not like your biggest month ever and you feel like you're putting in tons of work. Your work that you do today oftentimes pays off a couple months down the road. And I seriously saw that impact with my first time ever doing Team Cup. And from that moment on, I was like, okay, I think I get this. Like, I'm working now and it's a snowball effect for what is to come later. And I love that about it. Okay, my second Team Cup experience was absolutely insane. And this is where I learned the power of community within Team Cup. There were 5 of us in that group. We worked our butts off every single day. We checked in with each other every single day. We had ginormous goals every single day of Team Cup. And we all hit massive numbers in Success Club. We helped so many people that, in fact, my Team Cup the next year, I guess it was, we got second place in the entire company. And that was super important for us because we built a foundation of relationship and community and friendship within that Team Cup month, so much so that those are the women I stayed with at my first experience in Summit. This job, coaching, you're not going to have any fun at it by yourself. And Team Cup has been the one major thing in this business that has really shown me the power of community, the power of pushing towards goals together, the power of speaking goals out loud, and the power of accountability. So that first year I went to Summit So thankful I had participated in Team Cup because I knew who I was going to spend all of my time with. And it was the women who had inspired me so much a couple months before and had seriously helped me see success in my business because we were doing this business hand in hand. Consistently, I have seen that community is my absolute favorite part of this business. Those women are still some of my best friends to this day because we chose to be in Team Cup together. So, there were a couple Team Cups between this one and the next one I'm going to talk about that I, as the leader, did not take seriously. We did not talk every day, and I'm not going to talk about those because they were not helpful because we didn't do the things that I'm going to tell you you need to do to make Team Cup really successful for you and really push your business forward and really create that community. However, this last year, it was February's Team Cup. I had a cup team of 5 women again who were pushing for really big things in their business. And we decided that we wanted to talk every single day during Team Cup. We wanted to have a Marco Polo. And you guys, the power of community in this group changed everybody's businesses. From that Team Cup, several of the girls actually ended up popping to diamond during that month. Several of them hit their highest Success Club numbers ever. And what I really want you to know from this one experience in Team Cup was that this Team Cup team from February, we still chat daily about our goals in this business. We still chat daily, and it's been since February. Every single day we check in with one another about goals and we hold each other accountable. We come on whenever we're having a hard time in the business to encourage one another. And that speaks volumes to me. In fact, this Team Cup team was so on fire and the vibe and the community was so good. In my head, I thought I will never have a Team Cup team that is as encouraging and positive, on fire, and so much of a community as this group right here. So when this month's Team Cup came around, we actually had a conversation about, do we keep this group going? Because you guys, we're fired together. Like our community, the way we communicate with one another, the way we encourage one another, the way we push one another is so helpful for all of our business. Do we just stay together? And basically what we all decided is we need to spread the wealth. We each need to create our own teams and set some other people on fire because that's the ripple effect that we get to have as coaches. So coming into August, we all did separate Team Cup teams, and I went in and they went into their teams with the same mentality that this is about community. This is about doing this thing together. This is about holding each other accountable. This is about encouraging one another. And all of a sudden, we have 5 new Team Cup teams that are on fire, building community and spreading the ripple effect through our team, which has been insane and so good for everybody's businesses. So, Team Cup is not something that you want to miss out on. Anytime there is a chance to be in Team Cup, you need to find you a team and you need to go all in for the month. And I want to give you just 5 tips of how you can make your Team Cup month the best month ever. And it's not too late. I get we're at the 14th. And you guys, I have been a part of Team Cup teams that did not speak the entire month. We signed up together, but we didn't chat every day. We didn't share goals. We just simply came up with a name, and that was pretty much all we did throughout the entire month. We did not use the community the way it's designed to be used, and it didn't do anything for our businesses. So, Team Cup, it gives you the in to be in the community, but you really have to take ownership of your Team Cup team. You have to take ownership of your place on the team, and you have to be super intentional and work for Team Cup. I'm sorry. You have to work for Team Cup to work for you. So my first tip is you have to communicate daily. Like that's a non-negotiable with your Team Cup team. You have got to communicate. And for us, we love to use Marco Polo because we get to see each other. We can just talk freely. We can catch up with each other on our own times. I've tried Zoom calls before, but that just got to be too much and it didn't work out so well for us. But it doesn't matter. However you want to do it, just make sure that you're communicating daily. If it's Zoom, great. If it's Marco Polo, great. If it's a group text or a Facebook group or a Facebook message, great. But you have got to be talking every single day to feel the power and the community of Team Cup. It is a non-negotiable. You cannot wait a week and not go without talking to your team, because the power of this thing lies in each other. My second tip is, when you are talking, you might be like, okay, well, we talk every day, but what do you want us to talk about? Talk about your goals. Literally every single day we get on Marco Polo and we say, here is my goal for today. And every single person checks in and says, here is my goal for the day. And the important thing about sharing goals, though, is that you actually do what you're saying you're going to do. And as a Team Cup team, you're actually willing to hold each other accountable. And you are willing to check in at the end of the day and say, hey, you said earlier that you were going to send out 25 invites to your coaching try-on. Did you get that done today? It's holding one another accountable for the goals that you spoke out at the beginning of the day. That's so important that you're doing it daily, checking in with one another, building that community and that safe spot where you can do that and hold each other accountable in an encouraging and positive way. The third thing that we have found is really important is asking questions. When you have a post that maybe you want some feedback on, talk to your Team Cup people. We actually have a group text message and a Marco Polo. So sometimes we'll just snapshot, hey, I'm about to post this. Anybody have any feedback? Or like at the beginning of this month, we actually all talked about our challenge group ideas and we asked for feedback. Here's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? What do you think about my promotion ideas? And everybody puts in some input and you're helping each other with everything in the business. You're giving feedback, you're encouraging, and you're letting each other know what you think might work really well and what might need some rethinking. That was huge for this month's Team Cup team for me. And the really cool thing is, you have these people, you have this established group, you have this community already that you can keep using long past Team Cup. Like I said, the women I had on my Team Cup team in February, I actually was just chatting with them right before I jumped on here, because our community and our bond is so strong that just because Team Cup's over, that doesn't mean you lose that community that you've worked so hard to build. And those women and men are probably going to end up being some of your best friends in this business. It's just so cool how Team Cup can build such a strong community if you are willing to seriously lean into that. Okay, number 4, share all wins. Literally, when we have a good conversation, when we send a share cart, when we get a new coach, when literally anything exciting happens, you share it with your Team Cup team. I can remember the very first day of Team Cup this month, actually, I was on a team retreat and I had 2 of my Team Cup team members with me on the retreat. And one of them woke up and the very first thing she did was she sent 4 share cards that morning. And when she told me that, I was like, dang it, I better get to work and I'm gonna send out share cards. I'm gonna do some crazy inviting because I want to share my wins too. When you share your wins with your Team Cup team, everybody gets excited. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but I love a good, healthy competition. And I was like, I'm gonna send 4 share cards by like tomorrow, because I want all of us to be working hard, doing our best, and able to share all of our wins. It does not matter how big or how small the win is. Get in that Team Cup group and share what's working well for you. Share what you're excited about, because that's going to pump everybody else up, okay? You seriously want to avoid negativity in your Team Cup team, and one of the best ways is just to share your wins and encourage each other every single day. Okay, my last tip for you is get personal. I know that this business, man, we work super hard. We have such a big mission in front of us. We have so much to offer people, but we are people too. And I think it's really important that your Team Cup team gets to know each other on a personal level. So if you're having a tough time personally, or if something exciting happens personally, or if you just need some encouragement for something personal in your life, or if you need to get something off your chest, your Team Cup group is the perfect group to do that. Because you guys, this is not just like a business transaction thing. This community is real, and this community is impactful. And the more friends you can make, like genuine friends in this business, the more impact your business has, because people feel that. Your community in coaching impacts you massively. Like, I can't even describe the massive impact that my community in this coaching business has had on me. So we get personal. We share things that matter to us. We pray for each other. We laugh together. We cry together. I am currently 38 weeks pregnant, and I'm sharing all the things with both of my Team Cup groups because I want them to know me and I want to know them on a personal level. That's also important too. Team Cup can have a ginormous impact on your business and in your life, you guys. It is by far the thing that has created the most solid community in my business and throughout my team. But the key is you have to be intentional and know that your Team Cup team is not coming to get you. You have to put yourself out there every single day. Even if you are the only one, create that community. Be intentional because the community in this business can have massive impact. And I promise you, the ripple effect from your Team Cup community and the way your businesses are moving forward and the way you encourage one another and the way you just build relationships, that is going to catch on. And your ripple effect can only grow from there. So don't you dare count yourself out for Team Cup. You always want to sign up. You always want to pour into your Team Cup community. And if you're sitting here on the 14th and you're like, dang, we have not been doing all those things, it is not too late. Get off of this call, go message your Team Cup group, and use the last 16 or 17 days of this month to build genuine community because the ripple effect from that is insane. And I want you to feel that too.